Some personal development programs truly help, but what about those that hook you in and never let you go? I have some experience with this one.
Didn't you tell me you did one of these things in Vegas a while back?
I did in 2013, and it was an absolute disaster.
What happened?
It's something I wish I had never done. So let me backtrack. So in 2012, my ex wanted to do this program in Las Vegas. It was a personal development program.
Was it a cult or a personal development?
Well, at the time, I didn't know what it was. So he had started it. So you go for 2 weekends. One is called Discovery. The next one's called Breakthrough, and you have 1 week in between. And then from there, you do their leadership program. And once you're in the leadership program, that's when it becomes more of like a cult. The first weekend is like a discovery, and the second weekend is like a breakthrough. So basically what they do is they try to break you down and then build you back up again. And then once you're built back up, then they want you in the leadership program where you're forced to recruit other people.
Okay, this sounds like a cult.
100%. Now it's years later, so now we're in 2025, and from what I understand, they no longer force you to recruit, but we're going back when I was doing the program.
So let's rewind.
Yes,
so your ex-husband's like, did he do it first, or like
yes,
what was
he did it first, and because when he got to his leadership part, he's forced at that point to recruit people.
So he recruited his wife?
So he recruited his wife, his mom, his sister.
Stop.
The pizza delivery guy, anybody or the TV guy that worked in our house, like our house manager, everybody under the sun he recruited for this program. So I go to the program, I don't want to go because his behavior when he came back was very strange. So after the first weekend, he comes home, he's hugging the pizza delivery guy. He's all of a sudden super present. This guy was never present before, always on his phone. So he comes back saying, oh, I'm putting my phone down, interested in what people were saying to him. The pizza delivery guy comes to the house, he starts hugging him. And I was like, okay. I'm not sure where this is going, but all right. So then he goes through Breakthrough. Now, this was actually a little important for our relationship because when he came back from Breakthrough, he contacted me on his way home and he's like, I really want to work on the marriage. I really want to make changes. I know, I haven't been the best husband. I went into this program wanting to divorce you. And then I realized that a lot of this is my fault too. So I really want to work this out.
Which was probably
huge I thought,
for you guys,
okay, this
taking
is great.
ownership.
Yes, so this is great. So we actually went to a hotel room to talk and we were intimate and it was good. And then a couple of days later, he started acting weird again, like distant again. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. But so then I felt like, is this genuine and is it not?
This is in Vegas?
No, he came back from Vegas to Baltimore. So then he decided, I want you to go to this program. And I felt pressured. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. If it's going to save the marriage, I'll go to the program. So I get there. And let me backtrack. He was more present with the kids. So the program did actually help him become a better parent at the time.
Okay.
And a little bit more present.
Time frame wise, he returns from his 3 weeks of this program.
Well, no, it's just weekends. So it's
just weekends.
So it's 2 weekends with 1 week off in between. So he's just out there for 4 days and then comes
back. And then
goes again and then comes back.
So after how many weeks of this did he ask you to go?
Pretty much right away.
Okay.
He pretty much wanted me to go. So fast forward, I'm in the first class of the year. So now we're in January of 2013. So it's the first class of the year, and there are 90 students in this class. So I get there, we're all in a room, and we start talking and doing exercises. And I'm not really present because I really didn't like what was going on, to be honest with you. I thought it was really strange. But I went along with it. I had a friend with me and some guy friends. We actually, at the time, we had a condo in Vegas. So I'm staying there with like 4 other people that I know. So we're all in the room and it was okay. Like that weekend was, I would say, wasn't the worst, but I didn't love it.
Now, did you pay for this?
Yes, you have to pay for the program. So when you're actually recruiting people,
remember?
It was like $3,000. So when you're paying for...
I mean, $3,000 is significant, and then backtrack.
And then you have to fly there because you're in Vegas. You have to have your
and this
accommodations.
is 15 years ago.
And this is in 2013.
Yes.
So we're there. I don't really like the program. I'm not really that into it. So fast forward, the weekend was Discovery. It was okay. I leave the program. We have a week off. I go back for what they call breakthrough. Breakthrough weekend was completely insane, and I'll explain why. So we're there in the room, and I'll give you an example of one of the exercises. So people out there have a lot of problems. I mean, these people were molested as children. The one lady, her own grandfather molested her. So they have a lot of issues. So basically what they're doing is they're having you basically expose yourself so you're super raw. They're breaking you down. And I mean, one lady was standing on the stage talking about her grandfather molesting her when she was 5. And the facilitator wasn't even that nice to her. So these people are being broken down. And then the mindset is, we're gonna break you down and build you back up so you think like everything is great in your life. And then we're gonna have you recruit other people for our program. That's how I view the program.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yes.
Those reform schools that are being shut down right now. This is what they were doing.
Same manipulation
This is
tactics.
exactly what they were doing to these kids. They were breaking them down, kicking them.
Yes.
And then in order to manipulate good behavior, they're excited to just be back to normal.
That's exactly what this was. So there was a program that this was modeled after called EST. So I don't know if you know about that program. No, this program was modeled after EST. So now we're in the breakthrough weekend. And they set you up with, I mean, you could be talking about like going back to your childhood and someone's like cradling you and swaddling you, or, you know, all these different
What's going through your head during all this?
Like this weekend, I was like, okay, this is completely insane. Like I couldn't even believe I was here.
And your husband at the time thinks this is normal.
Thinks this is normal. So this program, so now we're here, and I have a partner. So I'm standing there with my partner. It's a dyad. Yeah. And you're supposed to tell the person, what is one thing you've done in your life that you're ashamed of that nobody knows? And I came up with something that I've been ashamed of since I was young. So at 16, I worked for a pharmacy, like a drugstore, whatever, Revco, let's say. And they were paying me $5 an hour. So I thought I should be paid more than $5 an hour for my services. So people would come in to buy their prescriptions, and for prescriptions, you don't ring in like a tax. So it was easy to like calculate in my head. So like I would probably take $50 every time I worked from a prescription, which was bad. And then I would go right to church afterwards and pray because I knew that it was wrong. And my parents obviously didn't raise me to be a thief, but in my mind, I thought I deserved more than $5 an hour for my services. So
that's your dirty little secret.
So that's my dirty little secret, which now the whole world is gonna know, which nobody knows. No, I've never told anybody. So the person I'm standing there with looks at me straight in my face. I'm telling him this. I'm like, I know it sounds really bad. I shouldn't have done that. And he tells me he had sex with his sister.
What the fuck?
And I go, what? I go,
stop.
A stepsister? And he's like, my real sister. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did my husband send me to? Like, is this insane? So I'm standing there.
Is this when the cult light bulb went off?
Yeah, I'm looking at this person and I'm listening to this and I'm like, you had sex with your sister? I was like, and I didn't know what to say. So I'm like, wow, you got me beat, because I don't even know, like mine's like nothing. And the stories that you were hearing, I mean, it was nothing compared to anything that I've ever done in my life. So, and I mean, it was sad. Like some of these stories were actually really, really sad.
People need real help.
Yeah,
they don't need this.
They need real help. They don't need to go to some crazy center in Las Vegas.
And spend $3,000.
Like these people need real therapy. Yeah. Like when someone tells you they slept with their sister, it's a biological sister. It's not like,
this is like on another level.
No, it's another level. Yeah. Like these people need therapy. They don't need like some bullshit program.
And there's no therapists there, like actual real therapists that are saying, hey,
so you have coaches,
you need more than
and the coaches are people that already finished the leadership part. So the coaches are watching, they're coming up to you, they're like, you're not doing a good job. You're not, I mean, they're harassing you. You're not focused, you're not this, like you need to say this, like
this is emotional abuse.
Yeah, it was a total emotional abuse. So now we get to my favorite part of this. And this is something that I will never forget in my entire life. It's called lifeboat. So they have this exercise called lifeboat where they go around the room. So remember, this is the first of the year. So we had 90 students. They go around the room and give each person 9 popsicle sticks, okay? Then you have to go around in a circle, and they want you to remember everybody's name, which it's hard to remember 90 people.
Yeah.
You have to go around in a circle to each person, and you have to say whether or not you give them a popsicle stick and save their life. So now this is called Lifeboat.
You have to pick 9 out of 90.
So you have to pick people that you would give a popsicle stick to, that you would actually save their life on the boat that's going to be in the center of all these people.
This is the most insane thing
So
I've
we're in a
ever
circle, and you get your popsicle sticks, and then you have to go around and say, yes, I saved your life, or no, I didn't think enough of you to remember your name, and you die.
What the?
Okay, you're telling these people that they're going to die.
So your husband took you to this, and he
Yeah,
liked
he pretty
it.
much forced me. Okay, but this is why he liked it. Now we're in this circle. I have my 9 popsicle sticks. I'm going around to each person of who I'm going to save. Of course, I'm going to save my mother-in-law. Of course, I'm going to save my
Wait,
sister-in-law.
I forgot your mother-in-law.
Oh, my mother-in-law's in the room. My sister-in-law's
This
in the
is
room.
madness.
My friends in the room. So of course, I'm saving those people. So now I go around, or people would come around to me, and out of 90, I only get 6 popsicle sticks. Okay, because I didn't show up in the room because I didn't like it. And I'm sure people could tell I wasn't into it. So now the people that win are in the circle on their boat. Okay,
Stop.
so they're all. So you have 9 people on the boat.
Wait, so there's a boat,
There's a boat, like a pretend boat.
and you're just sitting there without your popsicle sticks.
So no, I have 6.
You 6. Okay.
They have 20, 30, whatever.
Yeah, like what's the most popsicle sticks?
Maybe 30. Somebody got 30. But these are people that you would never follow in your life.
Do you
So-
remember how many popsicle sticks the sibling sex got?
No,
Oh,
I
I
don't
was
think
just
that many.
curious.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it's that
it's
many.
a little-
So I'm on the floor. So now they're like, everybody who's not on that boat, you're dead. So you have to lay down on the floor. So now I'm on the floor dead, okay? The facilitator picks me out of everybody in the room. Okay, this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, comes over to me, stands on top of me, and starts screaming at me, "You're dead! Look at you! You lost! You're dead! You should be on that lifeboat! You're a powerhouse, but you didn't show up in this room! Look at you! This is how you show up in real life! Do you see? This is how the world perceives you! You weren't on that boat! You should be on the boat!" He's screaming at me, okay?
What?
So he picks me out of all 90 people to scream at. And I'm like, well, wait, what about her? She's dead on the floor. So basically what they were trying to say with this program is how you showed up in this room is how you show up in real life, which is not true. Because how I showed up there is not how I show up in real life. So my ex was like so pissed that I didn't make Lifeboat.
Wait, did he make the lifeboat?
Of course he did, because he showed up in the room like I'm the greatest person in the entire world, and he was so engaged, and I wasn't. I wasn't engaged because I didn't believe in it. I didn't like the program. When the person told me it's sex with his sister, I was like, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, this is
I shouldn't be here. So I don't show up. I think it's all nonsense. I don't believe that Lifeboat is how you show up in the world. I don't think it depicts like how you show up in the world, because I don't show up in the world the way I showed up in the room because I didn't believe in it. I'm not a fake person. So if I don't believe in something, I can't embrace it. And that's what happened. So fast forward, most of the people went on to leadership. I did not. I went to the Super Bowl instead because the Ravens went to the Super Bowl the next week in New Orleans.
Did your husband go to leadership?
No, he was already done. He had
Okay,
already,
so you don't
his
repeat
program.
leadership.
Yeah, his program was a different time.
Okay.
So fast forward, I don't go to leadership. I don't ever hear the end of this. You didn't make Lifeboat. He had his popsicle sticks. This is how much he took this game that it was real life. He saved his popsicle sticks in our safe. So I saw the popsicle sticks wrapped in the safe where he saved them. And I was like, this game is nonsense. And now I'm being berated for years that, oh, you didn't show up in Choice. You didn't make Lifeboat. I'm not attracted to you. So that was another tactic for years to tell me that this was bad. And I kept telling him for years, stay away from the woman that owns this program because she's a psychopath, she's a sociopath, she's a narcissist. Like, stay away from her. She was personally coaching him weekly. My ex, okay, this crazy woman who's preaching that you better yourself in life because they have like a business program, they have a relationship program. She wasn't in a relationship. She didn't own her own house. She was living in a hotel at the time. And I'm like, is this insane? This is complete insanity.
Where did he find her?
He found this program through his Burning Man friends. So need I say it anymore? Okay. So now years go by. He's still coaching, flying out to Vegas. He's a coach for this program at times.
Wait. Pause and rewind. He continued this?
Oh, continued. It went through Journey Within, which was another 6-month program, was going on men's retreats. They had all kinds of programs. He stayed in this cult for I don't even know how many years. And I couldn't stand the woman. So for me, I was like, she's bad news. Eventually, he's going to figure this out.
What did his the parents, the friends?
So his
what
sister
was
and his
their
mom
involvement in
only
this?
did the first 2 weekends with me. I don't believe they went back for leadership. It actually strengthened their relationship, so that was good.
Was there any moment where his family came to you and was concerned that he was in this organization?
I don't remember.
That's so
I'm sure they were
interesting.
concerned for many reasons, but I don't know.
But not
about
that one specifically.
So now we're in 2025. We started our divorce last year. Before we started the divorce process, he had given this woman and her partner a personal loan. So this woman has asked us for a personal loan. I didn't know that he gave her a loan based on a promissory note, and it's a lot of money. So this woman takes the loan. It would be like Tony Robbins going to one of his students and saying, oh, I coached you for 10 years or however many years, and can I borrow money? If this program is so great, why are you borrowing money from us?
Hello, inappropriate.
And how inappropriate.
I mean, this is
Now
so
it gets worse.
inappropriate.
Not only did she borrow the money from us and another student, she stopped paying the loan. So now she's defaulted on the loan, but there's nothing that we can really do about it because it's a promissory note. The woman didn't even own a home. So we can't even use that as collateral.
Is the program still going on today?
Apparently it's still going on. I don't know to what degree. I've heard that leadership, they don't actually force you to, because they would stand on top of you and force you to call everybody that you know to join this program.
This is so insane. And what I'm wondering, I mean, is there any regulation in this industry?
I don't think so. I mean, these people are brainwashing this person, that person.
I mean, thank goodness you had the mental wherewithal to understand what this was. But think about people. These are real traumatized people. Like this poor person who is partaking in incest. They need real help. They don't need this.
It's the
And this
sickest
is
thing.
Really
It's the sickest thing.
disturbing.
It's honestly one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my life, being in that room and experiencing. And I felt really bad for these people. And, I've had trauma in my life too, but I knew this program wasn't going to help.
There really needs to be some sort of call to action to our legislators to make changes in this industry. This is very, very scary stuff,
It's
and it
very
shouldn't be
scary.
taken lightly.
Based on my experience with a program like this, I think the viewers have to be really careful if they do decide to join some kind of a personal or start a personal development program, that you really do your research and you really know where you're going and what the expectations are, because a program like this was really, I would say, bad news.
You're very lucky
Very
that you
lucky.
came out of this unscathed.
I agree.